Hey, what's going on? I'm Manumit. This is a multi-track deep dive on our song Guilty, taken from our EP Reditus. Let's dive right in. So let's start with the drums. I used a combination of two different plugins to get the drum sound that I wanted. I wanted this kind of authentic sort of acoustic drum sound. And I used a mixture of Steven Slate Drums 4 with a couple of packs on there, and a mixture of Get Good Drums produced by Nolly from Periphery. So we're using a combination of the kick and the snare and the cymbals from Steven Slate Drums, because I really liked both of those, and then also the snare and the toms from Get Good Drums to get the drum sound that we want. So you got this combination of the thickness of the snare from the Steven Slate Drums and the sort of top end of the snare from the Get Good Drums pack. In the quiet interlude, we got a little bit of programming. You got these main beats here. And then you got some extra little bit of like weird sort of phasey kind of programming going over the top of that. The main bass synth that's going on throughout the track, there's like a saw kind of gritty sort of bass, which is doing all the bass work. And then you've got a sub bass underneath, which is then also like filling out the sub end of the low synth in the track. So combined together, they sound like this. Other than the bass synth, you've got some pretty like little high sort of atmospheric but plonky kind of synth sounds going on, little formant sort of sounds going on. Here's one of them. And then you've got another synth then in the chorus, which is here. In the original Manumit record, there was a lot of piano. I had a lot of piano as a big feature in the original record, and I still wanted piano to kind of feature in this new stuff, but it was more incidental rather than come in front and center in the whole songs. So there's a bit of piano that plays throughout the track as well. On the synth bass in the breakdown, I actually turned that bit up because there's a sort of envelope sound going on here with the bass emphasizing the riff as it's playing throughout that section. With the main rhythm guitars in the track, Ramesh Donagora's got a really awesome Kemper pack, and I was using his 5150 Mark II preset, which is like got this really nice full distortion that seems to work beautifully with the PRS I was using to record to do this track. It's a very riffy song, so there's a lot of riffs going on in there. There's only 2 stereo tracks for most of the song. Up to the breakdown section, we upped it to quad track into having 4 guitars because we wanted that sort of oomph on the breakdown. There's only a few little overdubs over the top, mainly in the pre-chorus leading up to the chorus, where you just got some octave guitars going on. Along with the bass synth, we've got a normal bass guitar sound as well. I decided late in the game when I was putting this EP together that I wanted to have actual real bass in there because we were going to introduce live bass as well. So I recorded a really gritty tone, an X-Effects bass tone that I had on my Kemper. And that's sitting on top of the synth bass that's going on in the song as well. There's a beautiful solo at the end of the song recorded by Chris Strahan from I Fight Bears. He actually changed my whole outlook on the song because I was kind of leaning more to a kind of minor key kind of feel to the song. But when he wrote this solo and put it in, he put like a major, it moves into a major section on the end of the chorus, and it just sounded beautiful, and I wanted to play off that. So I rewrote all my vocals to sound and emphasize what he was doing with that solo at the end. With the clean guitars, you've got two really nice sort of tube amp kind of sounds, just doing this nice little picking stereo pan. There's a sort of little almost like radio guitar sound, which is just doing that little plucking sound, which is playing over the top of that. And then you got this kind of like faded, kind of like strumming guitar, which is just kind of sitting underneath it all. With Dan's vocals, one of his tracks is the main scream, which is going all the way through. But then that's underpinned by a second scream, which just kind of thickens his voice out a little bit more and gives it a bit more presence in the track. I double track pretty much all vocals when I'm doing this kind of stuff.
I can feel my demons crawling in my skin.
So there's two screams at the start of the song, which are kind of like pushed back in the mix, but you can hear them panned left and right at the start of the track. And that's actually Michael Paget from Bullet for My Valentine, who happened to be in the studio with us at the time. He co-produced the whole EP with us, and he just said, "Oh, I think you need a scream here." So he got up on the mic and did it, and we thought it was funny. He didn't think we were going to use it, but I was like, "Yeah, I want to keep that." So I kept it in there, and it's like really low in the mix.
Yeah!
My chorus vocals, it's double tracked with my second vocal underneath backing up what the main melody is doing. You then got two harmonies underneath which are complementing what the main vocal line is doing.
This consequence of poor judgment brings indifference. This path's not set, you cannot let this journey end.
In the breakdown, you got a very sort of soft, like low register vocal being sung, which is double tracked again. But then it also has two falsettos which are playing over it as well.
Here alone in a mind that thinks too much, and where the trouble begins. Overthinking again as the words pour out, it's where our friendship will end.
On the end of the song, you've got a little bit of harmonies going on in the background, but they're kind of made into like a sort of radio sound, so that as if they're playing from a radio somewhere, which just kind of emphasizing that very last soft vocal, which is coming in at the end. I hope you enjoyed this dive into the mix of the song Guilty. Reditus is out now on all major streaming platforms. Please go check it out.